In a 25-year career in winged sprint cars, Tony Stewart Racing's Donny Schatz has won 10 World of Outlaws championships, netting 300 wins along the way in the greatest show on dirt.
I think to be realistic about it, 10 championships for me are not realistic. And I've always thought I'm a realistic person. I have championships left in me. I don't know that you can put a number on that. My drive is still here. People look at me like I'm old, and I've heard all of it. And you know, all it does is it just makes you chuckle internally, because at the end of the day, experience is probably the guy's ultimate asset. And I hope I can use that to my advantage to continue to fight for championships and stay on the upper end of it.
With his 10 championships, the 43-year-old from North Dakota is the closest challenger to the King Steve Kinser's 20 titles and outranks the likes of Nascar royalty King Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. It's been quite a ride since his first race back in 1997.
Well, things are definitely changing. It took me 10 years to get myself where I felt like I was a solid hold, but it's crazy sometimes the way guys race. In my day, if you went and drove through Steve Kinser or run him into the fence, you kind of expected to either have a black eye or some teeth missing. So you had to kind of earn your respect with them and learn how to race with them. Now, that's by the wayside. People don't do that anymore. If I did something wrong, I had to own up to it and pay the price. And it's just a different day.
Times may have changed, but Red Hot Schatz finally hit the 300-win mark at Dubuque, Iowa in June. It marked a night of celebration in a season greatly affected by the COVID pandemic.
The desire to get that win just has a taste in your mouth that you acquire, and you don't want to go without it. And I'm still have that same taste. The landscape of the sport has changed. Just because you hop in the car one night and your car is solid, you might know a few tricks, you can outsmart someone or do something different. Tomorrow's a different day. I'm looking forward to getting those fans back in the stands. When you look up there and you see them, whether they boo or cheer, whatever they do, we've all won at that point.
With younger stars like reigning champion Brad Sweet and David Gravel leading the way, it's been a hard season for Schatz in the number 15 car, and he'll need every ounce of the 900 horsepower delivered by its 410 cubic inch Ford engine if he's to stay in the hunt for another title.
I'd be a lot better off if I was about 60 pounds lighter, but hey, this is what you got. You got 200 pounds of me. That's at the trimmed down versions. You know, attitude is everything. And I'd hate to think where we'd be today if we wouldn't have had this pandemic. We'd be a lot further ahead, but there's no excuses. We're still right now in a position where we can fight for a championship, and we fought for a championship right down to the last night last year with all the issues that we had. So it's been a lot of fun.
A born outlaw, Schatz has the desire for more titles, but he's also branching out, adding a debut recently in the Nascar Truck Series to his list of accomplishments. But he's happiest on the dirt, where he learned his trade.
When you go to a dirt track race, you line up and run heats, and if you make it through your heats, you're in the feature. If you're not in the feature, you go to a consolation race. Everything's done in a 3-hour window. So it's like going to the movies, or it's like going out for dinner. Where when you go to a NASCAR race, it's like taking a week of vacation instead of going to one night's entertainment. But if people come and see how fast these small cars stay constant speed, and they look a little different, they're throwing mud, it's just a completely different atmosphere, the level of excitement. It's relatable to every human being on the planet. Some of us just love it more than others, and some of us eat, sleep, and drink it.